Hello and welcome to Die Rolling. I'm the ever excitable Adam, and today I'm unboxing Massive Darkness 2 Hellscape. This is a game by Simon and Guillotine Games, and I have got the first Massive Darkness, and can I say it's a great dungeon crawler. It uses the zombicide mechanics and some slight other mechanics to kind of bring you into a dungeon crawling kind of world, and the lore and theme and stuff is pretty great too. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what Massive Darkness 2 brings to the table, because this time around, all the individual heroes have their own different play style. So you will feel like, oh, if I'm a sorcerer, I play very differently to a barbarian kind of character. So yeah, really excited to see what this is all about. Now, the theming for this isn't going to be for everyone because it is angels and demons for the most part, I think. But do you know what? I'm all up for it. Oh, so before we get into it, we're going to have a look on the back and see what we get inside this box before we actually open it. So, 10 years have passed since the Lightbringers defeated the darkness and made the surface world safe. Oh, spoilers for the first game. But while the darkness may have been driven back, it was not destroyed. In time it regained its power and has now launched dire attacks on the world. A new generation of Lightbringers must take up arms and fight against it. If you've got that glint in your eyes, wield your weapons, steal your soul, and prepare for another desperate plunge into the Massive Darkness. Taking the role of the Lightbringers, a group of heroes setting out to fight the forces of darkness in its own lightless realm. In this thrilling cooperative game, players control different hero classes, each defined by their own unique components and playstyle. Engage hordes of enemies in gritty combat, loot their remains to upgrade your heroes, and use the shadows to your advantage to slay your foes. No game master needed in this standalone game that pits players against the infernal depths and beyond. So we've got 68 plastic miniatures, that's 6 heroes, 8 mob leaders, 48 mob minions, 4 roaming monsters, and 2 bosses. 18 dice, 18 level pegs, 6 hero bases, 6 hero dashboards, 4 class dashboards, 1 darkness board, 2 bags, a rulebook, a double-sided boss dashboard, 8 double-sided game tiles, 395 cards, and 356 tokens, but who is counting? It's a 1 to 6 player game, 14 plus, and 120 minutes. I think that's a lie. Normally when I play these solo, they don't take as long, and normally when I play with the max amount of people, they take a lot longer than the time on here. But yeah, I mean, it's just a guesstimate, right? Oh, okay, so let's take a look inside this humongous box. Okay, well, first of all, we have a rule book, which is always a good sign when you'll be playing a game. So it is a big rule book, though. So we've got a quest at the end here. So I'm just trying to see where the rules end. Okay, so you've got 35 pages of rules you're going to have to get through. And this is another one of those kind of games where you really do have to read the rules before you start playing this. There is probably a tutorial adventure which give you the basics, but you're going to have to check out every single page of this to actually get the benefits. You could watch a video, but I highly recommend you check out every page of this, because there will be information that you may just gloss over and just ignore, but it's a big part of the game. Lovely kind of breakdown of all the card components, movement, setup, you know, everything you'd expect to see in a board game manual, right? So yeah, so you've got all that, and then once you get past all of this, so we've got our different hero classes in here. So which ones have we got in here? So we've got wizards. Looks like we've got some kind of rondel mechanic there. We've got paladins. We've got berserkers. We've got rogues. We've got shamans, and we've got rangers. And the expansions to this bring out new classes as well, I believe. So you're going to have some extra options there. Also, the expansions bring out, there is a whole campaign to play as well, which they did with Zombicide Season 2, I believe. I don't know because I don't own it. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So we've got a bunch of stuff in here which we're going to get through. And if you stay tuned in the channel, you will see all of this in its entirety. Okay, so that's the rulebook. Next, we have this really helpful cheat sheet to tell you where these guys go, in which box and in which order. Because yeah, when you're putting away these miniatures, sometimes you don't know which little box they go into and where they should fit in. So it's really great that they've actually got this. And it also has a little bit of a QR code. They seem to like doing them these days on on these Simon games. QR code's perfectly fine. More than happy to look through those. So let's get into the cardboard components here. This is my trusty Christmas penknife. It's not Christmas themed, but I got it for a Christmas. Okay, so the question on most people's lips when looking at this is, will you be able to get everything back inside the box once you're done? And normally, I'd say no. Okay, so I'm going to get the rules handy here, so I can kind of tell you what these components are, rather than just kind of guess. So we've got the darkness tracker board there. So that's not great on the old cardboard. I thought that'd be kind of a thick token, but that's just like some flimsy cardboard there. We've got the double-sided boss dashboard. So you're going to be going Michael, the corrupted archangel, and you're going to against the Reaper. Now, most of the time I paint my board games. I'm not sure about this one because these miniatures are intense. They are insane, the detail on these things. And I just think I'll make won't make it look that great, but maybe I will take a bit of time out my busy schedule to paint these up, just to see if I can, I guess. But yeah, look at that guy. Cool. So that's our boss dashboard. Okay, next we've got our level tokens here. We've got our paladin's board there. So a paladin, start of the round, you may bless one skill until the end of the round. Flip that card. And one of those, place a consecration token in a zone in line of sight. There's no other consecration token. You remove it any time for free. So combat. I mean, I don't know what this stuff does until I get into there. I think that's the druid's board, maybe? Oh, here we go. Paladin dashboard, shaman dashboard. So there's no druid, it's a shaman. And you've got elements you're going to be pushing up and down here. So, like I say, this guy is going to be playing different to the paladin. And I'll try and through this entire process, show you each of these guys' abilities and what they can do. We've got our wizard wheel there. And we've got the Berserker dashboard. It's called an amulet, but I'm going to call that the wizard wheel because that's I like the alliteration there. So yeah, we've got some items here, pillars, and I'm fairly certain you probably could get these in plastic 3D form as well. Simon loved that kind of stuff. This will obviously go onto your wizard wheel. We've got some kind of forged tokens there, some anvils, some other tokens there. Not quite sure what some of that stuff is. And we've got mana tokens, that's what that is, and this is health. Then we've got some fire tokens here, frost on the other side, and various different treasure types as well. We've got activation tokens there, so you know who's activated, I imagine. Enemy spawn tokens and time/corruption tokens. So loads of tokens. You've got loads. You're going to need a couple of baggies to kind of get all this stuff. Next, we've got some cards. So these are our monsters. And already I'm intimidated just seeing this guy through the plastic. That looks crazy good. Okay, so got our roaming monsters level 1 to 2. So we've got Andra. It's like a kind of crow demon thing. We've got the ghoul. I mean, these are fantastic. Eutheria, the undead queen. We've got Lydian, the incubus lord. Now, I imagine these are going to be the same because there are 4 roaming monsters you get in this. And they're just different levels. So it looks like it goes all the way to level 5 for this. So there are roaming monsters. And it does look like there is a bit of space here to actually put some tokens or some other bits. Yes, there's indents here, so you can probably put all the tokens along here. And there's kind of sticker there. Not quite sure what that's used for. Right, so this is sellotaped together. So we're going to come to the miniatures in a minute because, I mean, that's the main event here, really. So the rogue has got their own bag. And then we have a treasure bag here. The material for this is really not that nice. Feels like old shorts I used to wear at the kind of the shorts they'd give you at school when no other shorts were available, when you forgot your own. Okay, so we've got a dashboard here. This is our character dashboard, and interestingly, you'll have your kind of characters kind of picture there, I guess, and then what they're going to be having in their hands, and then headwear, body, feet, and any rings they've got. Not quite sure what goes in there. So yeah, we've got 6 of these trays. Okay, we've got little plastic rings to put on the base of your miniatures, so you know who's who. And we've got these little kind of tokens, these little, not tokens, sorry. These little pips, which you're going to be putting into your dashboard here to kind of say what kind of level you are, how many, this is all the XP here, so how many XP you have before you level up and stuff like that. We've got some enemy dice here, so let's get those out and have a look. Always love some good enemy dice. Well, custom dice, we've got a slash mark there, we've got a claw mark, a slash and a claw. So I imagine the enemy are going to do different things depending on what combination of slashes and claws they get. Next, we've got some blue defense dice and a purple shadow dice. So lots of swords on the purple one, little shadow thing, a little mana symbol maybe, 3 swords, 2 manas, or maybe these are explosion symbols. And then we've got shields on here as well to kind of help you defend against enemies. You have 2 colour dice here, a yellow and an orange. So yellow, one of these is going to be better than the other one. I think the orange is better. So yeah, so you've got nice kind of custom dice there. We should have 8 boards here. Okay, so you've got areas which are in shadow and you've got areas which are in light, and that's one of the main kind of features in this game. Then we've got like hellish kind of landscape on the other side. Another kind of dungeon, hellish landscape, dungeon, hellish landscape, dungeon, hellish landscape. Guess what, guys? Hellish landscape and more hellish landscape. Hellish landscape and like a, whoa, really kind of evil looking thing there. We've got this. And then this here. Some plastic inserts in here as well to kind of help you. I'm just going to put these guys all back in so it'll be easier for me to put all this stuff back later. Okay, so then we've got some cards here. So these are our heroes. So we have Nahias, the Ranger, and this is a centaur, which is pretty cool. Got movement one movement plus 1 movement point even. Shadow, if you get one of those symbols, you can draw and discard 1 arrow card, apply its effect. So you'll be putting this on your dashboard in the kind of middle area, like so. We've got Urk, who's a shaman. Start of your turn, increase any element by 1. Shadow may increase any element to max. We've got Mathrin, the wizard. Action, gain 3 mana. Shadow, use any attack spell on the amulet for free. Do not rotate the marker. We have Getter, the Berserker. Attack, take 1 wound, then deal 1 wound to the defender. Shadow, gain 3, whatever that symbol is, and heal 3 yourself only. We have Sir Ronan, the Paladin. Attack, ignore 1 slash. Shadow, every hero in a consecrated zone performs a free recover after this combat. And finally, we have Phaedra, the Rogue. And combat 1 mana equals 1 reroll, I think maybe. Shadow, draw 1 rogue token. So they're the 6 heroes you're going to be seeing a lot of during my playthrough. If there's a particular role, particular class you want to see me do, then please let me know in the comments below and I will make sure we do those. So we have some cards for the Shadowbane Shaman. So we've got the Wizard, Berserker, Ranger, Rogue, Paladin, and Shaman. So I said Shadowborn Shaman, but actually Shadowbane is for each of these guys. I'm not familiar enough with the game to know what the Shadowbane stuff is. So let's talk about mobs. So let's see what we've got here. So we've got some skeleton mobs. We've got some gargoyles, infernal imps, demons, fallen angels, undead, satyrs, fire entities. And so that's all your mobs. And you're going to get those for each of the levels. And they get more and more intense as the levels go up. Then you got a bunch of door cards. This is basically when you open doors, things are going to happen. So each hero on this tile gains 2 mana. Each hero on this tile heals 2. Remove all enemy spawns from this chamber, if any. Place a fountain token in the furthest zone in this chamber if possible. Add 1 bear trap token to the zone straddling this door inside the chamber if possible. So yeah, a load of different door cards there. Different things can happen. And that's that deck of cards. We've got another 3 to go. So then we have the starting equipment. So mana potions, health potions, an ash wand, a dagger, a wooden staff, a short bow, a crude axe, and a rusty sword. And then we've got some double-sided leather armor. So one side is like this, and the other side has you're using for 5 to 6 heroes. And some more starting equipment, a magical ocarina, and a tribal spear. Then we got common treasure cards, so things like greater mana potions, thief's hood, bone crusher, a spirit potion, and steel helm. So a bunch of fairly okay kind of items you might want to have. But then guess what, guys? Well, after you get common, you get rare. So we start green, then we go blue. And you get things like a Seer's Amulet, heavy gauntlets, magical robes, greaves, and Seer of the Future. And if that isn't enough, guys, if that is enough for you, there's epic treasure. Things like Heavenly Charms, Mighty Gloves, Golden Greaves, Dragon Masks, and Blade Shields. For some reason, we've even got some more of these. These are Divine from the Shadowbane set. So I think some quest must add those into the deck at some point. But yeah, so far I'm really liking all the artwork and the cards that they get in here. Going to try and put these back without making too much of a hanes of this. Probably too late for that. Okay, so next we've got this. Now I do believe that if you have Massive Darkness 1, there is a compatibility, like a pack you can get to basically convert them over to this, so they will have their own, they can also be these classes. So we've got some skills for the Berserker here, so let's take a look at this. Fatal Fury, Blood Rage, attack 1 of those, plus 1 yellow dice. Fatal Fury 2, he gets some more dice for that. And yeah, he's just got a ton of options there, and you've got them for every single class in here. So rogues, there's some arrow cards in here as well, which I'm not quite sure what they do, but yeah, for every single character you've got some special abilities there, so a load of skills for you to level up in. And if you were only playing this 2-player, for instance, or solo with just one character, you could do this like several times with different characters and have a completely different outcome and different items you find, different completely different play styles, I imagine, with the different classes. Saying that, I think everyone's going to probably have a specific class they like and want to stick with. And then we got mob items as well for the different levels. So these things you're going to actually give to the mobs when they're fighting, I believe. So it actually makes them tougher. You got some for level 2 to 3, sorry, 3 to 4 and 5 as well. So as they get stronger in power, they're going to be using better weapons to try to like balance out the fact that your guys are becoming super strong. Okay, there was one bit of sellotape I have missed. So let's take a look. So first we've got some skeletons there. Really like that kind of sculpt. That is fantastic. So you get 6 of those in that same sculpt there. This kind of angry chap looks like something out of Hellraiser. 6 of those. These kind of goat enemies. 6 of those guys. It's a very impressive looking flaming head guy. 6 of those. And then these like little fire imp guys and fur imp things. 6 of those as well. So that's the first tray. So then we get these kind of flying demon things. 6 of those. It's little kind of crawling chaps. 6 of those. And then fallen angels, I assume, which really cool, dark kind of aesthetic to that. Looks fantastic. And once you've got some paint on that, or you just put a wash over there, they're really gonna pop. Okay, so let's take a look at our heroes. So different color minis, so 10 points for that. And these guys look pretty great. So we've got our shaman there, not a shaman, sorry, we've got our wizard there. We've got our shaman kind of fairy thing. Our berserker. Our rogue. Paladin. And our ranger. Which, you know what, it's very rare to get a centaur mini in anything. That's pretty cool. They've really went all out with that. Here's another chap we got here. Another guy there. So I think these are the mob bosses. So you'd be spawning one of these and then the other goats. So our roaming monsters. That's a really fun looking sculpt. Like just very unique look to it. This thing is very impressive. Like it is absolutely insane detail on this. Like I say, I don't know whether I would want to paint that because I don't think I'd do it justice. It just looks fantastic. Oh, I missed out one of the little guys. He was hidden away. Okay, and this is our first boss here. which looks crazy. Those tentacles are fantastic. So yeah, this is kind of the demon you have to fight, I guess. And then we have the Archangel, which, like I say, is just... I don't even know where to begin on painting this thing. That looks incredible. So yeah, so that's it. That is everything that you get inside Massive Darkness 2. So that's everything you get inside Massive Darkness 2. If you like the looks of this game, then please stay tuned to our channel, because we will be doing the entire campaign playthrough. And maybe some of the expansions later on down the road. I've been the ever excitable Adam. If you want to stay tuned and find out everything you can about all these kind of cool games that we're playing, then please like and subscribe to our YouTube. You can find us on Instagram as well. I've been the ever excitable Adam. Until next time, guys, stay safe or die rolling.